Downloaded this CSV file, very boring file, and I thought to myself, what am I going to do with this? By the end of this video, I'll be able to show you something that you could impress your boss or your crush. So this is how I turned a very raw and dusty CSV file into a dashboard that actually slaps. Let's get to it. Now this is Power BI, Microsoft's tool that lets you turn raw data into stunning visuals. Think Excel, but with visuals that hit harder and are way more interactive. You don't need to be a coding genius either. This is just mostly drag and drop vibe. You need this. A CSV file is short for comma separated values. It's like a spreadsheet like the one you're currently seeing, without the makeup, no colors, no formatting, and no formulas. Just rows, columns, and a lot of potential. This one right here, it is a sales data set for a superstore. Looks boring now, but give me a few minutes. Now, given the fact we're still on the home tab, we'll go to the get data option, click on it, we'll click text and CSV file. Then you go to the particular place where the CSV file is in your document. You click on it and you load it up. Then once you're about to do that, you see a window that tells you load up the data. You click on that and you have the data itself loaded up on the data panel on your the right hand side of your screen. Loading up the data, the most important thing is cleaning. Like I said, data cleaning is the king of any form of data analysis or solving a business objective. Now what we've done is to click the transform data, still on the home panel. We click on transform data and it takes us to the Power Query editor, which we are currently on. We're looking at the number of columns and rows that we have. Now the first thing for us to do here is to check whether the headers are correct. Once that, you guys notice the order date and the ship date are not, the values in that column are not of the right format. They are meant to be in the date format, but they are not. So you see when we click on the data types, we choose the date format. Oh, see that? That means there's an error with some values in that column. There are errors in that column. That means some of those values in that column are not in a date format. So watch next what I do to correct these error messages. So before that, we have to check if there are other columns that have the wrong data, whether they're in the wrong data format. So we clicked on sales and we figured out that we need the sales to give us the exact figure. That means down to 2 decimal places, preferably. So we're going to choose decimal number here. So how we took care of these error values was to first replace the error values with the value null. That means nothing. When we do that, you will see it on your steps that you've replaced values. Now the next thing is to now fill up or down. What does this mean in Power BI? It means that you replace those blank or null cells that are in that particular column with the last non-black value either above or below it. So for example, the date above this particular null row, it will be filled up with the value above it, that value that is above that particular row. So there you have it. That is how you solve that particular problem. In other instances, there may be a reason as to why certain values are coming out as null or error messages or errors. So you would have to also ask questions to know what possibly might cause that kind of data normalization. You might be wondering, what does this mean? Normalization in Power BI, particularly in the context of data modeling, refers to you organizing data in a way that minimizes redundancy and ensures data integrity by structuring data into multiple related tables. Do you understand? So yeah, so that is how we do that. You don't want the data to be redundant. You want to repeat in itself over like the data tables. So you create different data tables. You understand what I'm doing by me showing you better than just explaining it with the definition. So yeah, what we did was from the main table, we decided to create different tables. We created the customer table, the order data set, the product data set, and the sales main data set. Relationships. You're wondering, why did I say relationships, right? This is the next step. And yes, this is also involved in Power BI. Not that relationship you're thinking about currently, but this allows you to combine data from multiple tables that you've already normalized to build more comprehensive visuals and reports. It tells Power BI how many rows are in one table in relation to how many are in the other table. So you would hear stuff like one to many, that's one product to many others, many to one, for example, many students to one school, and many to many, which honestly, try to avoid that mess if you can. Honestly, many to many should not even come up on your analysis. Now, with that relationship, your filters won't work, your charts will not sync, and your dashboard will be lying to you. And right over here at Bytes and Insights, we don't do line dashboards. See, we are doing the drag and drop vibe now. Pretty easy and straightforward. While this is possible, and our charts will give us the accurate answers because we've done our data cleaning. Like I said, in any form of analysis that you want to do, data cleaning is key and king. So that is that. Now, just like that, we've turned the CSV file into this. Now, not only does it look better, but now it tells a story. If you're a student or a beginner in this data quest and you feel lost, trust me, it gets better because the dashboard error is coming. Like, comment, and if you've ever fought with a CSV file before, and subscribe to Bytes and Insights. We're dropping hits every time.